Alright, E10, so what I'm going to do now is show you how to add more complex features to your character, such as arms and facial features. So the first thing that I need to do is add an arm for my character. So I need to make sure that I'm in front ortho mode, and I need to go into object mode, and I need to add in a new mesh. So I'm going to add a cube, I'm going to push S to scale it, G to grab it. Now we can see that my cube is square, but my arm is rectangular. So I need to push S to scale and try to make it bigger, but that's not working. I can see that my blue arrow is pointing upwards and my red arrow is pointing across. My blue arrow indicates my z-axis and my red arrow indicates my x-axis. So if I push S and then push Z, I will scale only against the z-axis, which will make my arm long. So now if I push S and X, it will make my arm skinnier. If I ever forget, I can just look down in the bottom left hand corner to see what axis I need to scale against. Okay, now I'm going to rotate my arm by pushing R for rotate. I'm going to push S to scale again and Z to make it a bit smaller. I'm going to push G and then I'm going to rotate. I'm going to move my arm into place. Now, I can see that it's too wide this way. So if I look down in the bottom left hand corner, I know I need to scale against the green axis or the Y axis. So I push S to scale, push Y to lock it to the Y axis, and I can scale it like that. Okay, now I'm going to push G to grab it. I'm going to move it back into place. Now I'm going to go back to the view of my front view of my cartoon character. I'm going to add my subdivision surface and I'm going to sculpt it into place. Just like that. Alright. Now what I want to do is I want to show you how to add facial features such as eyes. Now to add something like an eye, okay, I'm going to go into object mode. I'm going to go Shift A. This time I'm going to add a UV sphere for an eye because it's already round. Okay, I'm going to go S to scale because that's way too big. Okay, now I'm going to rotate my object and I'm just going to keep moving my eye and my view until I'm happy with the position. Okay. Now to copy and paste, I'm going to hold Shift D. D stands for duplicate. I'm going to pop that eye in there. Okay. So by duplicating or holding Shift D, that means that my objects are going to be exactly the same size. Okay, and I could repeat that process for something like a nose. So let's go cube. I'm going to go S to scale. There's my nice little nose. Okay. And there we have him. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save my work. I go in File, Save, Copy this time. Okay, and I'm going to click on the plus icon, and then that's going to increment my file name, so it's going to be called your file name 1.blend. This means that you have both the work that you've done this lesson plus the work you've done last lesson, so that we can keep incrementing your file. So if we ever make a mistake, we can go back to our last file. I'm going to click Save as Blender File. And there you go. Next time I'll show you how to colour in your objects.